gonna try to get these gauges mounted, probably something like right here, so they're not just hanging, right? I already got, oh, excuse me. I already got the headlights actually mounted in, so those are nice and sturdy and firm. I regrounded the wipers. Those work. I just have to actually screw them in. I'm waiting to do that to figure out what I'm going to do with these gauges exactly. But also I pulled out, or the wiper motor, or whatever I'm talking about here. But pulled this out, and there was nothing plugged in, no speedo cable, nothing. Makes sense why it doesn't work. But I went searching, found it, so let me show you. So climbing under the truck, so that's the front. The speedo cable, oh, let me get the light on. The speedo cable is actually this right up in here, this cable right here. So it also goes right into that bracket right there, which is held on by either 9/16 or 5/8 bolt. So we're gonna undo that, wrap it back around this, and then mount it back up there. Now, I know some of you are like, you got 37s, your speedometer is not even gonna be accurate by any stretch of the imaginations. I understand that, but if I can understand, hey, maybe it's 10 miles an hour off or whatever, then that'll be really good. Because then I can actually somewhat tell what speed I'm going. Also, I will be getting a tachometer as well and putting it in here, because that, quite frankly, is important for these big blocks. I've heard from a couple of my buddies that these big blocks 396s do not like high RPM by any means. Obviously, the Ridgeline loves high RPMs, right? 6-7 grand, man, that thing's like going. But these ones, very low. So I believe, I have to do some more research, talk to a couple more people, but I believe it's only like 3,500. To me, it kind of reminds me of a diesel RPM-wise. So it's meant for like torque and things like that versus top-end speed. So I will be getting the tachometer in there as well. Eventually, probably just get one from O'Reilly's or something and install it. But let's get the speedo attached. And yeah, let's do that. Definitely get a magnet light. It definitely helps. But with that, it busted my knuckle. But that's kind of tight. I was pushing up, wham, right? It happens. Blood, sweat, and tears on these things. But you just loosen that up, then we'll connect it. I'll video again once that's on there. So what you'll do, get it focus. What you'll do is you'll just spread that apart enough to slip that on there, and then pinch it back together and slide it on there. Oh, sorry guys. Oh, and I just dropped it. But then you'll put the nut back on there, and tighten it down. So there you have it. I'm not gonna cinch it down yet. I'm still gonna let it kind of glide, because I might need a little bit more for the inside. I'm not sure, but gotta check, make sure there's no pinches in this. Too tight of corners, you know. That's why these brackets are really important. Keep that nice curve so that it doesn't get pinched. Well, it makes sense why I was disconnected, because it is too short. So I have to figure out how to get one that is about a foot longer. If I get one that's a foot longer, then it'd work. I maxed out the bend I'm comfortable with, and it's still a bit in there. So I'm gonna have to figure something out with that. Okay, so I just called Napa for the speedo cable, and they have one of each in stock, right? There's a 63-inch and 84-inch, I think is what it is. Type A, Type B. Gonna get the longer one, naturally, but I'm gonna take this one off just to make sure it's the right one. But I was like, okay, yeah, how much is it? Thinking, you know, Hondas, imports, Alaska, expensive, right? He's like, oh, well, the Type A is $12 and the Type B is $25. $5 or something like that. I was like, all right, I'll be there in a few minutes and getting it. So let's go to Napa, get a Speedo cable after I take this one off, and I'll see you back here after I get that part. So I drove all the way to Napa and forgot this. So we're gonna see if I got the right length. I think so, because I measured this with my arms before I left, and then also measured this one at the store, but I couldn't quite remember. And they should only be like a foot difference, which is what I need. So we're gonna find out together. Oh yeah, look at that. Perfect. That is literally the amount that I need. So that'll be fantastic. Let's get this thing hooked up. All right, for the speedometer cable, here's the T-case. I think this is leaking right here, but basically it just goes right into this slot right here, and then feeds up over the top, and we already know where the rest of it goes, but essentially it just goes right on the edge of this. Don't tighten it too tight, but you gotta make sure it's snug. Hopefully you can see that. Essentially, you're just gonna, I just fed it from the front over the top. Made sure it was going the right place. And it should just tighten on there like that. And then where did my pliers go? Oh, they're over there. Essentially, just grab some pliers and maybe some channel locks and just tighten that down decent. That should be it. So we're on this side now. So essentially this right here just goes right into the back of this. So, and then this will be plugged in to the back of this. Hopefully some of these will work. I don't know if anything will. I don't even know what this goes to, but this may not work or do anything, which is fine with me as well, because I have, as long as the speedometer works here, then I'll have oil and temperature on these, and I will get a tachometer as well, and then I can figure out the fuel line in just a second. But that would be nice. Maybe fuel works. That'd be great. But we can get this in. Basically, you got to put this up here and then reach under it and get that to snap in, and it just snaps in right in here. And it is there is a square. I don't know if you can really see it. It's kind of a square tip there, like on the inside. That needle is kind of squared. You just got to make sure you get that in there, and then this will just clip on there.